Hello everybody, today we're going to take a look at this General Electric Evolve streetlight. Okay, so this is a category P streetlight and this is made by General Electric. So this joins up with the Sylvania StreetLED, the Aldridge P LED, and I think there's a few others. Okay, I think there's a Barnes fitting and I think there's another one, okay, that I don't know the name of, but there is another one. So this is made by General Electric, okay, and it's called the Evolve. I've actually been after one of these for a while. It turns out one of the streetlight collectors had one that they could give me, and I appreciate that. So they came around and just dropped it off to my door. Okay, so this is the fitting right here. Okay, and it's made by like I said, GE or General Electric, and it's called the Evolve. Okay, now it's a little different in design compared to the Street LED. It's because it's a different brand. Okay, but this is used on category P roads around Australia. Okay, now in Knox, which is my district, these are quite uncommon because we have the Sylvania Street LEDs, but I have seen these in probably in the Yarra district, okay, or somewhere along up that direction. Okay, so so this one here is a 25 watt. Okay, and this was made in 2016. So this fitting is essentially basically 9 years old and it still works fine. It did need a little bit of a clean because this was a used fitting. It wasn't brand new. Okay, but at least I was able to get this thing for decent. Okay, I don't know what these sell for. The Sylvania Street LEDs sell for around $600 a fitting. I think these probably sell around there, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to take a look. Okay, so let's have a look around. All right. So here we have the LED panel, which is actually rectangular, a little different to the street LED panels. Okay, we probably will do a comparison between this and the street LED. This particular fitting has the standard diffuser. I do believe you could get an error screen where it's flat. Okay, now this LED panel has only 11 LEDs. Okay, now you might notice there are actually 13 bubbles, but 2 of those bubbles are fake. They don't have LEDs in them. They have little chips in them, but they're not LEDs. I don't know what those little black chips are. They could be something to do with the LED. They could be resistors. Okay, so 2 of them, these 2 right here, are dummies. Okay, there are no LEDs. Okay, so you have 5 here, and 1 in the middle. So there are 11 LEDs. Okay, and this thing is actually quite bright, believe it or not. It's probably as bright as the street LED, all right? So, over here we have the photocell receptacle. This particular fitting takes the twist and lock NEMA style photocell, which is this one, okay? So that's the photocell right there, twist and lock NEMA style. This is made by Tyco, okay? And it's area lighting research on there. Okay, now this fitting here is compatible with smart cells. That's what those 4 contacts are for. These 3 here are your standard ones. Okay, but these ones here are for smart cells. Okay, because there are smart cells that you can put on these. Okay, I've seen them. All right, and of course it has L25, which is of course the wattage, and of course 16. There are a few scratch marks on it, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, now we'll turn this around and we'll have a look at the top. So this is the top, okay, and it has a tail, okay, a big tail here, very similar to the Street LED MK3. On the back here we have the hinges that hold this the hatch on. This screw here is a bit loose, I probably should tighten it up. Okay, but those screws there hold the hatches on. This here is your spigot mount, and once we open the hatch, we'll take a closer look at it. Okay, so let's open up the hatch. To open the hatch, there are 2 stainless steel clips that hold the hatch closed. Okay, now unlike the street LED, which opens up from the top, this one opens up from the bottom. Okay, so it's a little different. So it just opens up like that. Okay, and there we have what's inside. Now, the gear, unlike the street LED, is actually mounted on the hatch, as opposed to the street LED, which has it mounted in the chassis. Okay, so here we have our spigot mount. It's basically a black piece of metal. It's got 4 bolts. I think these are M8. Okay, you just put the spigot arm in here, then you tighten this, and this clamps it to the pole. All right. The hatch also has this little chain to help restrain it. Okay. So inside here we have our information sticker right there, so general electric lighting. We have our terminal block, okay? And we do also have a little cable restraint on here. Now, some of these screws that are in here are not original. Some of the original screws are a bit rusted, so I replaced them with some stainless steel ones. Okay, and here we have our driver. We also have our surge protection device, and we have our terminal block, okay? So that's essentially all there is in here. So that's our driver, okay? And it also has the part number on there, so if this goes bad, you can easily buy another one. It's cheaper than buying a new fitting. We have this is the photocell receptacle, okay? And here we have the surge protection device, all right? The LED panel also has a label on it too, so you can order it separately, okay? So let's close this back up. Now, closing this back up, I might need to use both hands, so I'm just going to put my mobile down because these wires tend to want to go all over the place. Oh, one of the clips is caught. There we go. Let's just make sure we don't pinch anything in there. All right, now I've got to close the hatch down. So once the hatch is down, we just redo up the two clips, and that will hold the hatch shut. Okay, so we'll start off with this photocell, and then I'll put the dummy cell on, all right? Now, it's going to cut out because there's sufficient light, but I'll show you how bright this thing is. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It should cut out. Yep. Okay, so just to let you know the photocell works, I'm going to cover it up. As you can see, it comes back on. Okay, and that is pretty bright. Okay, I'll take my hand away, and it should turn off. Yep. You can hear it. You can probably hear it clicking as well. So I'll hold you up close and I'll cover it up. You hear the click. Take my hand away. It should turn off. Yep, you can hear it clicking on and off. Okay, and the LED panel lights up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this off, and I'm going to put the dummy cell on here so we can see, so it doesn't cut out. All right, so now we got our dummy cell on. So now we can take a better look at that LED panel. There it is there. Okay, it is pretty bright, as you can see. 11 LEDs, that's pretty bright. I think the street LED panel has the same amount. It might be different. Okay, but you can probably have 13 LEDs on this one, depending on the one you get. This diffuser is actually not held on with clips. This one's actually held on with 8 Allen key screws. So you just undo them, and then you can get this diffuser off, so you can replace the diffuser or the LED panel. All right. So let's take a look up here. It is pretty bright, puts out a decent amount of light, so it would be good for a minor road, okay? So there's the LED running right there. Give you a little close-up of that. There you go. So I will do a video of comparing this with the street LED, okay, so you get an idea about the difference. So that is essentially I think that's all there is to this light. Yeah, I appreciate the street light collector giving me this because I've been after one for a while, and now I've finally got one. Okay, so pretty good little light, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Okay, so that is the General Electric Evolve street light. Hope you enjoyed, and that will be it.